Next video immediately. Told you I'm gonna record it as soon as I get home because I need to cope. Okay, anyways. This is the third time again I'm recording this intro because I'm a perfectionist. What was I gonna say? Okay, this video is on alienation, but before that, I think I'd mentioned that this YouTube channel isn't really a vlogging channel. Like based on those past two videos, I think I'm not really fit for vlogging. I'm I'm not really good at it. I might try it again soon. Who knows? Does this count as vlogging, or does this count as like some sort of journal entry? Which leads me to my point, which is that you know those shows where some people are stuck in an island and every now and then they check up on the contestants and they interview like PBB. Wait, is it just PBB internationally? Yeah, but like this is like to check up on myself from now and then. Like my eyes becoming red? Am I losing it? Like throughout the videos you might see I'm growing my hair out or something, or like I've already have a beard and I'm like a hobo now, and then I don't know, my bed is like no longer a bed. I might be able to tell a story with these videos. Let's just say it's an evolution, like it's a documentation of my evolution and perhaps growth, hopefully, which leads me to the main point of this video: alienation. Yes, alienation in what way? Is that even a word? Being alienated? Yeah, being separate from a group. I'm not new to that experience because I've experienced that like 2 years ago after the pandemic, moving to another environment where I can barely understand anything and there are girls. Yes, I know that sounds pretty creepy, but as a guy who've studied in an all boys school for 5 years or so, and with the pandemic and all, it was like, yeah, that is understandable. Trust me, this I can justify that, but that's for another video. But like, it's us as humans, we don't really like being separated from our horde, right? Like people like Mark Manson and Jordan Peterson have greatly emphasized that us humans on a DNA level are built to be around other humans. Like back then during the caveman age, if you were casted away from your tribe or your what group or whatever, you're gonna die. You're gonna die out there in the nature. You're gonna get eaten by some crocodile, unless you're very good at that. But yeah, we have evolved to learn how to rely on other people whether we like it or not. It's just a thing. I'd call it inefficient, but what can I do at this point? I'm human. Everyone else is human. It's a human thing to do. Okay, and let's just deal with that. Now it's the same thing, except I'm not even surprised anymore because I've experienced it. I'm getting deja vu. There are girls, and I can understand anyone. It's the same thing, except this time it's more like, oh, it's a thing. Like back then I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I am alone and depressed and no one understands me and I'm a loner. I'm gonna wear a black jacket and put on my hoodie and be a goth, or I don't know, is that even a thing nowadays? At this point I just brush it off and be like, oh yeah, that happens, and I feel, I'm just gonna use the word hurt, but like I chose this is just, I like playing life in hard mode, or at least I convince myself that I like playing it in hard mode. Well, that's just my skill issue. But the thing is, if you've noticed, if you've watched my past two videos, I keep emphasizing that I am alone and miserable and sad, and I actually have no idea why I'm here. And to some extent, the last part is kind of true, but the alone part, I think that's just an over exaggeration. It's pretty satire. I just really like making fun of myself because for one, I am not alone. I literally have friends ish. No, not really friends. I like to call them now friendly acquaintances. Met this dude during entrance exam. He was supposed to be comsci. He moved to IT now, and IT people are better, by the way. I'm gonna make a video on that as well, because comsci people are kind of boring, and I'm comsci, so I'm not shifting. Don't shift, Homer. I swear, if you watch this video back and you've shifted, man. Okay, anyways, so I hang out with that guy's group, and I can barely relate because 70% of the time I don't have an idea of what they're talking about, and it gets sad. Well, it is sad, but it's like at this point I'm so used to it. It's just, oh yeah, like I said, they're doing the thing where I can't relate, and I'm just there in the middle setting, and then listening and pretending that I just laugh along and pretend that I know what they're talking about. So like, I mm, can make friends. I'm comsci. Comsci people with Discord and aircon humor, they speak English like 90% of the time. They don't care if I don't understand their Bisaya dialect. I'm just pretending I'm alone. Well, I'm not pretending I'm alone, but like to some extent I am alone because I am alone right now, and this isn't something I'm really used to. This is a whole new experience for me, which is something I'm chasing. So I'm embracing that experience now. Being alone is both liberating or it's crippling loneliness. That's why I'm not saying I'm lonely. I'm just saying I'm alone, and that's not really. Yeah, that's why I say I'm alone and not say I'm lonely, because I have my other bros, to like chat. And then whenever I feel miserable, I just look up a meme or like view whatever the heck they send me on TikTok and Instagram. I review them like a professor rating the papers. Yeah, whatever. I'm okay. Where was I? I'm not glorifying being alone. Like, I keep emphasizing it. I don't really know why. I think it's a coping thing. But like, to clarify, it's just weird that even though I know I can connect with these people, but I choose not to because of, I don't know. I'm chasing some sort of aesthetic where, oh, he's the cool guy from a very far away place, and he thinks he's better than everyone else. Usually I have an inferiority complex, but I think I'm forming a superiority complex, and I don't like that, nor be having an inferiority complex. I'm just compensating. I'm still calibrating on that, I guess. In pictures, I separate myself. I did that during 11th grade during our first meeting. Like, we took a picture, and I intentionally moved away from the rest of the class to pretend that, oh, this was the guy who had no friends, when in fact he does. He just chooses not to go with them because, well, it's aesthetically appealing. But I'm not saying that alone is okay. 2 years ago would argue with me right now. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. This is my identity crisis taking over. It's just, I'm with everything going on, I feel like shutting the entire world away. It's not. People are hard to deal with, and I have a limited social battery as well. I am flexible when it comes to socializing. I can socialize with all kinds of people, but the only drawback that is that I have a limit. Lesser than that, I would really like. I have to recharge that, so I just go silent mode and eat lunch alone, eat my snacks alone, stare at the sky alone, walk home away from the group alone when I can literally just approach them because they're literally talking in English, and I can understand what they're talking about, but I just choose not to because, well, yeah, why am I even doing that, man? These videos, they don't really have a lesson. It's it's just me trying to figure things out, because I'm in a point in my life where figuring things out is like a norm. It's actually required, perhaps even it's something I should constantly look for, like figure things out. Because especially with the dialectual barrier and all that, like like a few days ago, I got exploited. Is that the word? Yeah, some guy took my free lunch stuff because I didn't understand what he was saying, and the wimp intimidated me with just like, oh hey, here's my lunch card. Good thing there was a good Samaritan who knew the situation, that he knew I was Tagalog and I can't really understand what the other guy was saying, so he helped me out. You know, I even talked crypto and stocks with the guy, very chill guy. I hope I hope he makes it big someday so I can hit him up. That is not the true friend thing to do. Anyways, being different, it whether or not being different leads me to being alienated is something that I have control with. I don't have the answer to that yet, but at this point, I am convincing myself that it is. Like, subjectively. Now, oh, I'm different. So, like, I'm supposed to be alone. And I'm gonna embrace that personality. He's the loner. Because why not? You know? I enjoy being alone. Why? Yeah, that's my other personality speaking. But, like, the other half of me is, like, I'm seeking that connection, man. Yeah, I miss talking to someone every night. I miss, like, it's not that I don't get that. It's just not the same, man. It's like starting from scratch. And again, that will change over time. I'm gonna make updates on being alienated. Heck, it doesn't. This video is all over the place. I don't even know what I'm talking about.